Come on, it'll be okay. Dad, it's me, Huey.
Huey? You're early. Oh, you have company. My hair!
That was my dad, Bob.
Bob?
I can't hear you.
He likes to be called Roberta.
I don't know if this is a good time.
Honey, we talked about this.
Hi, Huey. Who's your friend?
Oh, hey, Dad. I want to introduce you to, my, friend, Sammy.
This is Sammy?
Hi, Mr. Horlick. I just think it's so neat how you adopted Huey at such a late age.
Candy, you better come out here. You're not going to believe this.
Well, who is this?
Sammy, this is my other dad, Candy Stripe.
3 dads?
Well, yeah. 3 is just one more than 2.
This is Sammy.
Sammy? Oh, your roommate, Sammy, from Portland?
Son, I think you've got some explaining to do.
Well, Dad, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Sammy is a girl.
That's obvious. She's hardly wearing any mascara.
Dad, I don't know how to say this.
Honey, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, I'm not gay.
Well, so much for the margaritas.
You're young. How can you know this?
Dad, I do know. I love Sam. She's the one.
Son, how long have you been living a lie?
Well, we've been together since freshman year.
We're married, Mr. Horlick. We've been married for over a year now.
Married to... So much for the sangria.
I don't know what to say. You have no idea how...
Proud?
How disappointed I am. Oh.
Don't cry, Dad, number 1. Oh, things will work out.
And I'm 3 months pregnant.
Sammy!
Honey, they have to know. Come on.
Roberta, get your fat ass up. I'm not spilling this vodka martini. This stuff is top shelf.
Candy, I'm a drag queen. If I can't scream, faint, and be hysterical, what's the point?
Ain't that the truth?
Son, if you follow this path, do you know what will happen to your child?
No, what?
Your child will grow up to join a fraternity, go to tailgaters, play fantasy football, and God forbid, smoke cigars and play non-strip poker.
And what about golf?
And after all that we did for you, adopting you at 17 and a plea bargain with the judge and bailing you out so you don't have to face a life of sex behind bars?
That actually sounds kind of hot.
Dad, number 1, I'll pay you back. I promise.
What about our family name here in the Castro? Huh? Do you want to just flush our reputation down the toilet?
Now hold on, Roberta. The only thing going down the toilet is Candy's pot if we get raided by the police again.
But I have a cannabis card now. Thank God for headaches.
Castro people are forgiving. They'll forget.
Says who? The straight boy?
Not the police. Not the police. I swear to God, you give them 1 Viagra and they take a mile.
Who is it?
Bridge? But our strip bridge game isn't until tomorrow night.
Okay, moving on. I have someone who wants to meet you all.
Oh, who's that?
My parents.
Right now?
Well, bring him in. These daiquiris won't stay frozen forever.
Bridget. Huey's dads. This is Bridget, my mother.
Good evening. Does anybody like fruitcake?
Oh, good timing. We just ran out of rat poison.
Florida. And this is my other mother, Florida.
Oh, Oh, yay, carpet munchers!
We prefer the term vagina enthusiast.
Your mother is a lesbian?
Not mother, mothers. And this is Pat, partner number 3, if you want to go chronologically by move-in date.
I brought beer. Cafe?
Who you calling Halfa? Halfa?
Sammy, you didn't tell me you had a third mother.
Honey, I told you we were Mormon.
Son, 2.5 lesbian Mormon mothers I get, but you and Sammy married and with a baby on the way?
That's right, you're really pushing it, young man.
Dads, moms, trans people of the world, and Pat. I know this news is a bit sudden, but me and Huey, we love each other, and we have such a good feeling about this.
Yeah. Well, hasn't anyone heard of that lovely lady with 3 girls who one day met this fellow with 3 boys of his own?
Oh, it's true. They lived down the block. The oldest son had an affair with his stepmom, and the dad's gay.
And they make it work.
But son, are you sure this is a good fit for you?
Good fit. Well, it's like 3 greasy fingers sliding right into a bowling ball. You're gonna grab that ball and squeeze.
Not sure that I follow.
We're the bowling balls. We've got our fingers inside of each other, and we're holding on tight. We're never gonna let go of each other's balls.
Did someone say bowling? I love bowling.
And I love greasy fingers.
Welcome to San Francisco Uncorked. This is a segment of the show we like to call No Lip, featuring performers who not only perform songs, but actually sing them as well. Joining me here today is the fabulous Miss Ronnie, an East Coast transplant. Welcome, Miss Ronnie.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Now, I've seen you perform a number of times in San Francisco, and I was really impressed by your vocal ability because there's a lot of drag queens, as you know, who get up and perform Madonna and Cher and don't actually sing the songs. I really was impressed by your vocal ability. So I wondered if you could tell me where that comes from. Is it a natural ability or what?
Well, everyone in my family does music, and I had been training in music since I was a kid, basically. And when I went to college, I ended up being my major with a minor in dance.
So is it a major in music or vocal ability?
The major was music, and then the concentration was vocals.
So you've had a substantial amount of formal training.
Yeah.
But when you major in music, when you major in vocal singing, do you actually, what's your homework? Is it like go home and sing opera and Madonna and George Michael, or what is it?
No, it's a lot of translating Italian, French, and German into English for yourself so you can know what the things are about. And then there's also history, and there's also ear training, and also learning your music.
It sounds pretty sophisticated.
It is. It's really, really hard for some people. There's also music theory, which is very hard for some people, but it's super easy for me because I'm just a natural like that.
I know, I can tell. I've heard you. Now, you're going to perform a couple of songs for us. They're very different songs. And what are you going to perform for us tonight?
The first song I'm going to sing is going to be We Might As Well Be Strangers by Keane. And then the next one is going to be Down with Love from the movie Down with Love.
Okay, very different from one another.
Extremely different.
After you sing, I want you to come back and we're going to talk about some photos that I got off of your Facebook site.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't know your face no more, or feel your touch that I adore. I don't know your face no more. It's just a place I'm looking for. We might as well be strangers in another town. We might as well be living in a different world. We might as well. We might as well. We might as well. I don't know your thoughts these days. We're strangers in an empty space. I don't understand your heart. It's easier to be apart. We might as well be living in another town. We might as well be strangers in another time. We might as well. We might as well. We might as well be strangers. Be strangers. For all I know, you know. For all I know, you know. For all I know, you know. For all I know.
That was fabulous. Thank you for that. I love
you.
Keen, and I love your version of that song in particular.
Thank you, thank you.
So I went to your Facebook page, and lo and behold, there were not 12, not 24, but about 3,500 photos of you in various regalia. We picked about 10 of my favorite outfits out. So I'm going to show them to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about each one.
All right.
Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is this sort of, it reminds me a little bit of Carmen Miranda with the apples and oranges, but it's like glitter on steroids. So
Yeah.
can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it was supposed to originally be like a Josephine Baker thing. This is at the De Young Museum for a fashion show. I had this made for by David Glamamore, who is a brilliant, brilliant man. He is absolutely brilliant. He makes so many great costumes for lots of people. That's a nude bodysuit underneath. And that's actually a boa that's like really, really long, and it's amazing, and it's actually awesome. I love it. It's beautiful.
And you performed in this as well?
Yes, but until I went to Austin and it got stolen. It makes me sad.
Well, we'll make more.
Yes, let's hope so.
Talk about this next one, this little Catwoman thing.
Well, yeah, it's actually funny. My friend Jason Hannon, also known as Drama Bin Laden, he does this thing called a dragsicle. So it's kind of like a musical, but a drag show, but like this whole production. So I'm Catwoman in his dragsicle, Batman is Dead, and it took place with the story went through all the villains, and I was Catwoman.
You know, this looks like a costume that you probably had come to you quite naturally. I don't know, something just tells me.
Yeah, that was easy for me. That one was super easy.
Okay, let's move on to a couple of more. Here's one I love. This is kind of looks like a New Year's Eve celebration. What is this?
This is at the Sea Social Front launch party. It's a magazine. This is actually Ken Folk's studio. This is a party that I was doing with my friend Charlie in the background there. He's a little naked, but yeah.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. There's the party full of people, and look at everyone's expression is locked. All of their eyes are locked on you, and there's this naked man with a collar and chain, and no one's paying any attention.
I know. Well, they are looking at me. No, I know. I love it. It's great.
I looked at that photo. I go,
I love her dress. The zigzag. That's cute.
It looks like she was inspired by the pattern of the floor.
Totally. But anyhow.
Okay, this looks like a gypsy sort of thing. This belly dancer, Arab-inspired red outfit. What is this about?
Well, that is a outfit that I was doing. This is also at the De Young Museum. I was performing for the Miss Tiara Sensation pageant, and it's actually, I was doing a Bollywood number, so I was...
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love it. I love the like fashion show. Let's give a hoot out to the photographer Robbie Sweeney for doing a fabulous job.
He's a good guy.
Okay, so here's a couple of them. This one's kind of like, where were you performing in this yet again scantily clad outfit?
That is at the DNA Lounge, and I think that is Kylie Minogue Tranny Shack maybe last year or the year before. I can't exactly remember. I've been performing there too many times, I can't remember.
Well, it looks like people are kind of into you,
Yeah.
judging from the fist pumping.
Yeah, they tend to like it whenever I get on stage sometimes. Let's
Okay,
see,
now
maybe.
the next one is you're being crowned, and this is a photograph taken this year.
Yes.
So, what were you crowned as?
I was crowned as the San Francisco Queen of Queens.
Oh,
So, like,
quite an honor.
I know. So,
High
yeah.
competition, I would think. That's not your first crowning. You've actually won a couple of other pageants
I
as well. You're kind
have.
of competitive, aren't you?
I like to compete every once in a while. You know, it keeps me up because I try to. It just keeps me on my toes.
You gotta juice up your resume. You never know if
Exactly.
you work for Apple or IBM. You know, you gotta have that on there.
Yeah.
Just a couple more. Here's one. I love this long red dress. Where is this
That's
taken?
actually at Truck, which is on 15th and Folsom for
Oh.
my friend Suppository Spelling's show called Cocktail Gate at Truck. Cocktail, tailgate, cocktail gate. It's funny.
I got it.
Yeah, I made that dress myself.
You make a lot of your dresses, don't you?
Most of them, some of them. And Mr. David makes a lot of them as well for me as well because he's just too brilliant not to.
Well, this next one is, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite, but it's definitely one of the most interesting outfits. You look like kind of a Mary Poppins, Miss Peabody.
I was going for like Church Lady because
Oh, yeah.
I was doing, what song was I doing there? But that is at Red Hot's Burlesque. My friend Dottie Lux does that weekly show there every Friday and then every Wednesday at Supper Club.
I love the diversity of your outfit. Oh, I was going to stop right there, but no, I just turned the page. So let's look at this one with your white mohawk and white contact
yeah.
lenses. So what is this?
Well, last year I was Storm for Halloween, but then they had a superheroes versus villains night at Cocktail Gate, and so I was like, I'm gonna dress up as Storm again, and I think I was singing True by Spandau Ballet.
Oh,
I love
well,
that
that would
song.
make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Any others you like to comment on before we move on and listen to your...
Oh, that was the original costume that was supposed to be done.
Oh, the headdress?
Yeah, the big headdress. That's what got stolen when I was in Austin.
God, you're a celebrity. Everyone wants to just
I
grab
know,
all your...
just taking all my stuff.
all your shoes and socks and all
Rude.
kinds of stuff. And I love this flapper outfit too.
Yeah, I think that's at Red Hot's Burlesque as well.
Well, we could just go on and on, but we're going to run out of time. So I want you to sing one more song before
right.
the end of the show.
I have to do
What
a
are you gonna
quick
sing?
costume
one more
change.
thing. I found this. You actually play baseball. We're gonna.
Yeah, I'm on the Pilsner Penguin softball team.
There's you.
And,
Did you
yeah.
get a hit that one?
I did. I knocked it out there, but they caught it. They caught it.
That's not supposed to happen.
I can't,
What?
It's really hard. I can't do line drives. I wish I could do line drives, but I always pop the ball up and they always catch it.
Do we have to blur out all your friends, or are they cool with that?
They're fine.
Okay, cool. So let's hear a song. This one's "Down with Love." Which
Yes.
version of it are you going to play?
Excuse me?
Which version of the song "Down with Love"? There are various versions. I think Barbara Streisand did
Oh, this is
one.
the Michael Bublé with I can't remember that girl's name because she's a woman. Anyhow,
Yeah, those women. They ruin everything.
they make everything better.
Except for Barbara.
I love Babs.
Okay.
Anyhow, I need to do a quick costume change and then I'll be right back out to sing it.
Okay, I love it. Let's do it.
Down with love, the flowers and rice and shoes. Down with love, the root of all midnight blues. Down with things that give you that well-known pain. Down with love, rabbit and cellophane. Down with love, let's liquidate all its friends. Like the moon and the June and the roses and rainbows and down with songs that moan about night and day. Down with love, let's take it away, away. Take it away. Take it away. Give it back to the birds and the bees and the Viennese. Down with highs, romantic and stupid. Down with highs and down with Cupid. But let's stop that stuff. Down with love. Oh, let's go! Down with things that give you that well-known pain. Take that moon and wrap it in cellophane. Down with songs that moan about night and day. Down with love. Take it away, away. Take it away. Take it away. Give it back to the birds and the bees and the Viennese. Down with high, romantic and stupid. Down with sighs and down with Cupid. Brother, let's stop that dove. Brother, let's stop that dove. Down with love. Down with love. Down with love.
Joining me this week is person about town, Jojo Brown. Welcome, Jojo.
You know, it just tickles my fanny to be here.
Oh, I think you mean tickles your fancy.
Oh, that too. I'm ticklish all over.
Well, we're nonetheless very excited for you to be here and wanting to learn a little bit more about what juicy tidbits you have in store for us today.
Oh, juicy is right. For my first adventure, I traveled all the way across to fabulous Oakland to visit Jack London Square.
That's the square named after the famous novelist Jack London.
I guess. Unfortunately, I picked yet another angry mob protest day, and the police came out yet again in their sexy riot gear with their big, long, thick batons, their leather boots, and their loaded guns.
Loaded guns? That sounds rather dangerous.
Right? Well, to avoid being shot, I ducked into this dark alleyway where I met this cute hipster / homeless skater boy who was smoking a huge fat one. And boy, did Felix have a fat one.
Did you inhale?
You could say that. I didn't see the harm in inhaling and exhaling repeatedly.
Isn't that illegal in Oakland?
It's illegal in several states, as my police record will attest.
So we're getting a little off track, but I'm interested to know what happened to the riot exactly in Oakland. Was anyone hurt?
Well, I was. After about 45 minutes of inhaling that monstrous doobie, my throat was killing me.
Well, what about Jack London Square?
Oh, never made it. But I hear it's great.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about the other travels that we talked about that you would like to share with our viewers?
Oh, why, certainly. The following day, I took a trip to Santana Row down in San Jose.
Santana Row. That's the well-known shopping, entertainment, and restaurant complex in fabulous San Jose.
So they say. You see, I got a flat tire on my way down there, and I needed to get serviced right away.
Oh, so the trip had to be canceled.
Oh, no, honey! The trip was only just beginning. When Manny showed up with that big iron crowbar, I knew all my prayers were answered. Oh, and it was so hot.
Hot this time of year. What was the temperature?
About 68. Why do you ask?
So how long did it take you to get on the road again?
Well, he said it would take about an hour, so I knew I'd have to grease his pockets, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you mean like a tip?
A tip of the iceberg is more like it. Thank goodness he brought plenty of elbow grease. You wouldn't believe how tight those nuts were.
Oh, I've had that problem before. Tight nuts. It's all about technique. You've really got to work the technique. Were you able to get him off?
Oh, I got him off all right. Oh, but it took about 40 minutes of non-stop power drilling.
So, what about Santana Row?
Oh, yeah, I'll have to check that out sometime. Here, it's great.
So you came back to San Francisco then?
Well, after losing all those bodily fluids, I needed something to get rehydrated again. So I stopped off at this cute little liquor store for something to quench my thirst.
Like a beverage?
Well, unfortunately, they didn't have my favorite energy drink, so Omar asked me to follow him to the stockroom.
To point it out, no less?
Well, the lights in the stockroom were broken, so we really couldn't see anything. But that didn't stop Omar from bending forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards for me repeatedly.
Well, I hope you found your drink.
Well, suffice it to say, my thirst was quenched.
Jojo, what happened to all those tour spots that we talked about to share with our large studio audience?
Oh, you mean like the Golden Gate Bridge?
Yes, thank you, the Golden Gate Bridge.
I've seen it. It's beautiful.
Well, could you tell us a little bit more? Did you walk across it? Did you take photographs of it?
Oh, no. Oh, but Omar gave me this fabulous postcard. Isn't it gorgeous?
Fabulous. Join us next week when Person About Town, Jojo Brown, takes us on a wine tasting tour in world-famous Napa Valley. Thank you, Jojo.
I can't wait. I hear there are lots of rest stops along the way. Till then, Jojo Brown, Person About Town, signing off.